And so that's a very Swiss thing, you know, helping, and then you get sick and you get depressed and you can't say no. Swiss people have a big problem of saying no. So what to do? Well, it's again, I think it's this thing. I mean, if you have some good ideas to help her, what they can say, you can put it in the chat. It's difficult, you know. We cannot fix samsara, and we would like to help people, but especially as a therapist, but ultimately they'd have to do it themselves. So with Leora Price, when she's giving courses also to people who are in, people who kind of are accompanying people who are dying. So the very good answer to that at one point, which was perfect, you know, people say, oh, I have to protect myself, I have to put borders. And Leora just said, an open heart is the best protection. See, this is again, it comes down to that thing, when we do things out of duty, it's not turning out well, because we burn out. But also having compassion and not doing anything, that is also no good, because then the energy gets blocked. Because then you feel bad and you feel guilty and all these kind of things. So you would need to change your view. So of course, as a Buddhist, you know, changing your view, helping others, you think, wow, at one point something will come back. Like this lady who was offered another seat in another compartment. Try only people who makes you happy. Avoid overwork as a treat only people who make you happy. Avoid overwork as a therapist. Oh, Anik, that's a very good thing. This is what you needed to hear. Okay. You know, also, yeah, it's a very good thing. You know, don't take on cases that are too big. They just drag you down. Big cases that, you know, be kind of kind to yourself also. Yeah, so like that. But
I can help as long as I keep myself in awareness. If I try to help too much and I lose my awareness, then it's not helping anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is what I was saying. Try to help in a realistic way, you know.
And I do the best I can. I can't do more than the best I can. And the best I can changes from day to day. Today I can do this, tomorrow I can do that.
Exactly. This again comes down to that. This is why really knowing what's going on in our mind is essential to this whole thing.
Can I share something that I heard lately?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice talk by Dr. Nader Bhutto, who is an Israeli cardiologist, who's very famous in his own way of working. And he only wanted to study medicine. He wasn't accepted in Israel. Since childhood, he felt that he really wanted to help people and to be a doctor, but he wasn't accepted. But before going to Italy to learn there, to study there, he was serving as someone in Tiberias in a hotel, Plaza Hotel, taking the suitcase of people outside the car into the elevator. Mm-hmm. He said, okay, you wanted to help people, here you are, what you can do. And he was happy with what he was doing.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful what he said.
Yeah, this is what Ras is saying, you know, don't take people that are too big. Like, do things that you succeed also. You don't overestimate yourself. And, you know, we want maybe to do big things, but then it's too big and that's it. So it's a nice story. Yeah. We can help in so many ways, you know. I mean, this is, I'm sure you can come up with more ideas. You can write your ideas down, but now we need to make the reflection. Also, as Ronnie was saying, she wants to go to the demonstration in Kikarabin. So, so if you're in Yodvat, at least you don't have to think, should I go, should I not? Because, or you also have nearby.
Yeah, but it's 5 in the evening.
Oh, okay. So by then. So, okay. So then we do a short reflection on compassion so that you feel some compassion. Maybe we do something on self-compassion a little bit. This is the big thing at the moment, because that's what we are lacking. And so with self-compassion, so that it doesn't go into self-pity, You need, as far as I remember, I didn't listen to these talks so much, but as far as I remember, you need awareness, like to be able to make the step out of your pain. You need, what do you need? Kindness, to be able to accept your suffering. And you need a view of shared humanity. You need to know that you're not the only one. You know, when I stopped drinking alcohol, I'm still drinking, but not alcohol. I had a really hard time because I was an alcoholic. So the mind all over the place, full of panic, full of fear, this and that. And so I went to therapists, but nothing really worked. And then somebody gave me some drops. And so I asked him, I said, well, what are these drops? And then he said, it's Bach flower drops. So I bought the book, the therapist, of course, he didn't give me the book because this you can do yourself. You don't need a therapist for that. So I read the book, and it has these, I can't remember how many remedies. It's not just a rescue remedy, it's like individual ones. And I saw many of the problems who are written down there. I saw, well, this is what I have. And just to know that I'm not the only one having these problems, that's what make the drops work. Yeah, so I still needed the drops because our mind is not so confident that we can totally do it on our own. This is why also we need Tara and the Buddhas and all these kinds of things. They're just a crutch, at the beginning. But then because I knew what they're for and I knew I was not the only one having this problem, then I started getting better, actually. It was a great relief because we always think, my problem, the biggest problem, and deep down, yeah. Okay, so let's start the reflection. And again, you try to sit with a straight back as much as possible. Having really a lot of appreciation for yourself that you are doing this, that you're here listening to me. You could do all kinds of things that are more interesting and better. I see a photo of Yanai with his little son. And relax. And just, when it comes to compassion, just remember the first two noble truths, or all four of them. That's what the Buddha says. He says there is suffering. It's part of a samsaric existence. But because we're stuck with this wish that we are free from suffering, it's inbuilt in us because it's not in our nature to suffer. It's just in a samsaric mind. And then it makes us look at the causes. And he says karma, of course, our past actions. That's difficult to believe if you don't believe in rebirth. But then the second of the causes is unhelpful mind states, unhelpful emotions, emotions that keep us away from being happy, emotions that increase the suffering. And then the third noble truth, it is possible to eliminate these causes because they are causes. As long as something has a cause, you can eliminate the thing because you can eliminate the cause. And then the fourth noble truth is how. And so he gave us many methods, like a doctor who has many medicines, but not every medicine is for the same sickness. So this is where your experience comes in, and you have to check which works for me if you apply it. Don't just kind of believe everything, the Buddha says. You have to examine, you have to analyze. Is that true that this mess and this chaos we have in the world comes from self-cherishing, self-concern, greed, aggression? I mean, how can you say that's not true? And it doesn't mean if you don't get angry at the situation that you will not do anything. You will, in a very realistic way, try to do something about it. At least you all have a voice. You can all write letters and in a calm and peaceful way, explain exactly why you're not happy with the situation. No need to scream, but be intelligent, realistic. Come with better ideas. Come with the solution. The problems we know. Knowing a problem is easy, but come with the solution. And with an open heart to the people who are creating the problems. Doesn't mean you let them do whatever they want to do. Okay, so now you come back to your body and you think about your situation. Now it's about self-compassion, the whole thing here. I was talking about solutions. Okay, so then you ask yourself, first, what is wrong? Self-reflection. If you have a situation that seems to be difficult, don't shy away from it. And see whatever is predominant right now, name it. By naming it, you make the step out of it. And it gives you more resourcefulness when you're not kind of totally drowning in your pain or in your fear or in whatever it is, in your anger, in your frustration. If you name it right at the beginning, there's a little bit more space, a little bit more awareness, and you reconnect with your resourcefulness. As the shaman says, if you name a fear, it loses its power. So then we don't like pain, so we don't want to allow it. So you need to allow that pain to be there. And you can say it belongs, the frustration at the moment, maybe for most of you, because of what is happening in your country. The disappointment, the fear of the future is totally justified. But allow these emotions to be there. They're part of us. They belong. They make us act. But if we're not aware of them, they hijack us. If we don't name them, if you can't make the step out of it, they take over. And you really go into your body and you ask yourself, where does it hurt? Where is the pain? Sometimes you have people that cannot connect with the body. If you ask them that question, you will see for yourself now, you are fully in your body if you ask that. Where does it hurt? Don't move, just look, as if you're asking somebody who has a problem expressing itself, come on, where does it hurt? Very attentively you look. With a lot of tenderness and a lot of kindness, remembering the Buddha's teachings. There's dukkha everywhere. Apparent or maybe not apparent at the moment. It belongs to our existence. If there's a lot of pain, you can put your hand there, as if you would put the hand on the shoulder of a friend who is suffering. Same way, we have to learn to treat ourselves in a friendly way. And then you ask yourself, what do I need right now? Again, something realistic. If you say, I need a new prime minister, it's not realistic. It will not happen. But something that is in you, that you can, what do I need right now? Like when you're tired, frustrated. And very often it is helpful to invite an energy or a person that you fully trust. Like God or Jesus, the Buddha, your teacher. Just invite them to come to your room, to sit or stand next to you. And what would you like to hear from that person? And you imagine the person saying these words. What would help you to hear, to heal that pain? It can be your own words. And we have compassion for ourselves, not pity, but compassion. We can calm ourselves down by just saying, it's okay. I'm not the only one. There's so much suffering in the world. And then we generate the wish. May I be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. First, just for yourself. You have detected what is bothering you, where it hurts. But we also understand we're not the only ones. And then a very kind, tender thought. May I be free from suffering and the causes of suffering, especially my unhelpful emotions and mind states. Don't plan how, just a wish. Be gentle, be kind. May I be free from suffering. May I be free from fear, stress, anxiety, and the causes for my stress, for my fears, for my anxiety, a grasping at the real I or me or self. And then again, we open up. And you think about somebody that, it doesn't overwhelm you when you think about that person suffering. But you wish for this person to be happy. We take them in our heart and we generate that thought for them, for that person. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you be protected from physical and mental harm. Especially if you go to the demonstrations, this is such a good thought. First you, before you go, may I be may I be protected from physical and mental harm. May I be strong, healthy. And then we kind of spread it on all others. First, the ones we love, may you be protected from physical and mental harm. May you be safe. Because that's what we all want. We want to be safe. But there's no safety in samsara. So again, bring that person where it's easy to have that. It is some kind of a painful feeling, but not that overwhelmingly painful when somebody's too close. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. You really think about the person. You bring that person into your mind, into your heart. May you be free from pain, stress, fear, and anxiety. And just stay with that sensation and with that experience. You can name it, you can put attributes to it, that's fine. Experience it, live it. With awareness, be there, know it. When I think about this person and I generate the wish, may you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you be free from fear, stress, anxiety, anger, attachment, jealousy, greed, confusion. So you see what the Buddha says, suffering is part of our existence. This is why we can generate compassion. So compassion is the tender readiness to open towards one's own and others' pain, without resentment and without aversion. Compassion embraces those who experience suffering and brings them into our heart. And the heart becomes very, very big, very resourceful, and very strong. So we think, all beings, now we go really for big, not just the Israelis, not just the ones who go for demonstration, but also our government, especially our government, wherever you are, because these people have power. So we wish them to be happy, not happy about leading the country and having power, but the same way as us, attaining happiness from being ethical and being good leaders that everybody loves. Or at least knowing that they're doing the right thing. Because, even with His Holiness the Dalai Lama, also some Tibetans don't love or like him because he doesn't preach aggression. He doesn't say you have to fight. He's teaching non-violence, and not everybody likes that of the Tibetans. So think of all beings. Try to encompass that with your mind if possible. All beings who are all suffering to one extent or the other. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings be free from fear, anger, hatred, stress, anxiety, attachment, greed, jealousy, and the confusion who is creating all this of grasping at the real self-existing I or me. And then to finish on a positive note, to see that we do that in the afternoon, to see that everybody has the potential to be happy. When the right causes and the right conditions are there, we can drop these negative emotions or unhelpful mind states. May all beings be able to live their potential of love, compassion, and wisdom. May all beings be able to live their life with joy and ease, no matter what's going on outside. Okay, well, thank you very much. So just, we might have felt it, just without planning what to do in order to help, just this wish, may you or me or they be free from suffering. If you cultivate that, you will see it gives you a lot of resources and a lot of strength. Yeah. And then if you know what to do, then you do. Yeah. Okay. So then again, like before, now it's lunchtime, isn't it? So before you eat, this is what we always do in the courses. Again, what we did yesterday morning, it's good to look at your food and to really think, wow, how many beings have been involved here who did a really good job so that I can have this on my plate. Not just the person who brought it to your house or the person who sells it in the market or in the shop, but like everybody, before you eat. And then you think, we have done love and we have done compassion and equanimity until now. So then at least you concentrate on the beings who had touched your food, who had worked for your food. You think, I want to repay that kindness. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you be able to live your life with ease, because you created my food. And then we start to take responsibility. May I be able to contribute to your happiness. And then you eat. And then if you are a Buddhist, of course, first you offer it to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas on behalf of all sentient beings, and then you can eat without any bad conscience. Now I know Tom was a little bit suspicious of these things. Of course, Tom, you can say all these things and absolutely not mean it, but you can say these things and really mean it. So if it's just hypocritical and you don't mean it and it's cynical, then of course it doesn't have a positive effect. But if you mean it, it's really beautiful because it creates space in your heart. It creates gratitude, which is a beautiful mind state. And it can contribute to already temporary happiness now. Okay? Tom is very good. Tom is really analytical. He looks at these things. He's the only one who is actually, or not the only one, but he's one who is really trying it out, and then he looks what kind of result it gives, and then we share. So it's perfect. This is the way to do it. Not just to gulp it down and store it somewhere in your brain or in your head, but you try it out. And then we discuss what happened. Yeah. Then we see that's what is called experience. Okay. So thank you very much. Enjoy your food.
Thank you.
And if you do go to the demonstrations, try to go with a peaceful mind and just with this thought, you look at these screaming people or not screaming people or whatever. You look at the policeman also. May you not have to be violent. May you be peaceful. May you be peaceful. Don't say it because then it feels cynical. But try to bring that peaceful, compassionate, loving energy into the demonstration, without any expectations that people around you will sit down and start to chant Om or something like that. Or that you have the expectation that the policeman will kind of start to say Om, not like that, Because it's their job. It's their job to stop violent people. So it's like, and people, I don't want to excuse them, but it's like, yeah. wish for their happiness so that they can stop being violent. And then look what happens in your heart. Yeah. And if they come after you, run away, don't fight. And don't chant, don't chant Om Mani Padme Hum in front of them. No, it's not skillful. It might be, well, you might have a good intention to make them feel peace, but it's not skillful. Okay? Okay. So maybe see you in the afternoon. We do joy in the afternoon, and then we draw everything together. All four, we draw them together, and then we do Tonglen with the, giving and taking with the four of them. So you know how to do that. Thank you, and enjoy your food. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.